I'm Miss Ashmore. Everyone say hi.
Hi.
We're here again for part 3 of our chat thingy on the road. Put her here.
Okay, so the first question, have the characters evolved or changed? And Sydney's going to take a crack at that one.
Yes, the characters have changed again. In the first part that we videoed, they were both more feeble than what they are now.
Kind of distant.
The second part, they grew a little stronger, and now in this third part, I feel like they're pretty strong now because they've gone
Except
through...
they're distancing from each other. There's
I
one
did
part in
kinda
the book where
notice
it
that.
said
Not anymore. It was just
But
whenever he
there,
was
sometime
sick.
during this part, it seemed like they were distancing them from themselves. It even said somewhere in here, but
I know, but that was just whenever he was sick.
yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. How he said he felt the distance between them growing, and he's getting sicker and sicker as we go on. I have
Yeah.
a feeling that he's going to be dying sometime soon.
Yeah, he actually said, I'm sick.
No,
Yeah.
he did. I have a feeling that
Yeah.
It's like, am I going to die?
Let me see the next question.
That's right.
Okay, so plot discussion. Okay, well, at the end of the last discussion, they were in that savior bunker thing.
That I would not have left. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't have left either. I wouldn't have.
Let the human eating, let the carnivores, let the cannibals come. Let them eat me. I'm going to stay. I would have stayed in that bunker.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
We
you
would've
got
too.
a gun.
Yeah.
You had bullets that you could throw.
I really, but
You had food,
I mean,
you had
they didn't
shelter,
think
you
it was
had a
safe
toilet.
still. yeah, that toilet thing.
You had a toilet.
Okay, so
They
they
also had a
leave.
shower, I think.
So they were stupid and they leave, and then they come across this old man, and they help the old man. You said
The
the
little
man,
boy gives him
the
some
little
food.
boy. Yes, the little boy gives him food.
The man wasn't all about that.
Yeah, the man wasn't. Yeah, you
I
were right.
think that I think that the boy was actually a little bit stronger in actually getting the father to let them take care of the man,
Yeah,
at
ease
least
up.
some.
I have a feeling that we might or might not see this man again. I mean, there's just something. It was weird. I mean,
Oh, that old man?
yeah.
Well, they deserted him. I don't think we will either. Just like that guy who
Of
got
course,
struck
the
by
old man was
lightning.
frail and he had a cane, so he probably wouldn't gonna last very long. I mean, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do with a cane?
He said he was
Yeah.
90,
People
but he
talk about
lied. Just so
That
people
cane-
There was
would
just
need him.
something about him that said, you know.
Not only that,
Yeah.
he was probably also sick, so he probably wouldn't last very long.
Yeah. Okay, so then they leave this guy, and then they're walking, and they think they're being followed, and it ends up they are being followed by 4 people, 3 men and a woman
Who was
who's
pregnant.
Yes.
And then the next day, they see the smoke from their fire. And so they go up to where they were, and they feel, I don't know if they saw the people run away, or if they just felt like the people just ran away, but the
water
boy
was still
looked
hot.
into this pot, and there was a black thing in there, and the man looks over, and it is a little
Baby. And I think the head was cut off.
Yeah, the head was cut off. And so apparently, I think that it was from those people, and that woman had just had that baby, and so they boiled it, and they didn't have a chance to eat it, which is absolutely disgusting, and I absolutely do not like this book because it's grody.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's a little much, Miss Ashmore.
You had him
I mean, I'm actually kind of liking this book. I mean, yeah, it is kind of
I mean,
weird
it
and
has,
everything.
it's a good read, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't read it if you would have told me what it was about first.
Yeah.
I probably would have read it
I would
anyways,
honestly
just to
move-
read it. I kind of like the post-apocalyptic things.
I'd much rather read Goosebumps than read this.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I would have rather read Treasure Island, but no matter.
Well, anyway, this
Okay.
is the book we got.
So then, yes,
So.
yes. So we're going to go on. We're not going to rant anymore. Okay, now some of the literary devices, I did actually do this time, and one of them, like the short story we read today,
I found a lot
by
of
T.S. Eliot, there was a contrasting sentence. It said the alien sun commencing its cold transit. Sun, cold,
Opposites.
contrasting.
There was
Yes.
something, I should have saved it, but there was something really cool in here. But there's also a lot of alliteration in this too.
Alliteration, that's good. I did not pick up on that, and I picked up.
Right
there
here.
were a lot of similes. I put 2 on here. The soft black talc blew through the streets like squid ink uncoiling along a sea floor, and then there was another one that I picked out.
He watched him lick the lid of the tin with great care, like a cat licking its reflection in the
Yes,
glass.
that's the one that I was.
Yeah.
There's also more mentions to religious figures like God, like
Yeah,
I
little
guess
boy
when they're
parties.
still with the old man,
Yeah.
they're just talking about like, I guess God would know it. Is that it? And then someone else replies, there is no God. And then there's also another part somewhere where it's talking about sitting like a starved and threadbare Buddha staring into the coals.
Oh.
Mhm.
And
Buddha god.
about the alliteration, there's sprawled, scoured, spoon, sprung, shadowless, sullen, snow, sky, all in just a few sentences.
Whoa. That was good. That's a lot of alliteration.
Yeah, a lot of S's, and that S,
Yes.
sin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I have to mention, I think we kind of have a look on where this ash is coming from. There was a mention of a firestorm.
Yes.
There, it could be
You think a
the
meteor
result-
shower?
or
Oh,
you know,
okay.
it could have been a volcano.
Ooh, that's true.
I mean, if you remember, there's
I don't know if it'd be a volcano,
Volcano?
because
Yeah.
they were saying. I mean, it
well,
could
not
be because-
necessarily a volcano. I mean, that was my first thought before I saw a firestorm.
A
What were you
meteor
going to
storm,
say?
I would probably understand more because
But
that's
fire-
I like the meteor shower.
firestorms
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
caused by solar
That'd be
flares
cool.
too. Solar flares.
Oh.
warming.
I thought solar flares only affected things like technology.
But they can't if the heat gets what if the heat rises or it gets too close to Earth, it could cause mass disturbance.
Ooh. That's just good.
And but I think that the firestorm has a great effect on this. I mean,
Yeah.
it shows a little bit about the past. I mean, we don't know what happened yet, and we don't know if we'll actually know what happened.
I don't
don't
think
think
we
we're gonna
ever
know.
find out.
So what about the beach?
Oh wait, no, we still have to talk about the house they were at.
The
They
house.
found
Oh, yeah,
another
that's
house
true.
that was kind of like the first bunker that they found, and it had like canned potatoes,
Green
and
beans.
green beans, and okra and stuff like that.
Their brains.
And and they stayed there for 4 days, and then they left that place, which I wouldn't have left that place either. And I don't know why they keep leaving these places after they find them.
Because
And I
they
had a
think
butler
it's not
quarter,
safe.
so it was like a fancy house.
Yeah,
afterwards,
and
so.
the little boy was so scared to be in there, and he wouldn't let his father go upstairs until that night, that first night they were there. Like he was so scared about it.
Okay, so then they leave the mansion, and then they.
And then they
end
arrive
up
at the
at the beach.
coast. Yeah, they end up at the beach, and then the little boy was so excited because he thought that it would be blue. He thought the ocean would be blue, and it wasn't. It was like dark ash colored.
Of course,
That's
and
ash.
once again, that has to do with all
That's
this.
Not
stuff.
surprising.
No. And then he asked his father if he thinks that there's any ships out there. And I think I read ahead what I was supposed to, so if I say anything,
Spoiler alert!
yeah.
Okay, now I have to.
Well, she was going to say
Sure. Okay, go ahead.
Well, anyway, the little boy just asked if there's any ships out there, and the father says, no, I don't think so. But then one kind of washes up, and he's like, I think it says that it's like 100 meters away from the shore. And so the man goes out there, and he goes and looks into the ship and stuff. But that's as far as I've gone.
Oh. Okay, that's interesting.
And then the little
Let's
boy
wait and
also
see
goes
what's
out
on
and
there.
swims.
Oh.
So
I've done that one.
this the man, he is sick, and I just had this thought about a word that you taught us, Mrs. Ashmore, and it's the longest word in the English language, and I don't remember what it is, but it's something volcaniosis, which is a lung disease caused by ash.
Oh.
So maybe that's
It's
what
ultra micro
That's good.
something volcaniosis. I'll look it up and say it next time. It's volcaniosis.
Well, we'll get back to that.
But it's the longest word in the English language.
Cool.
Made out of a bunch of Greek roots and everything. I
Right.
remember from last year, Mrs. Ashmore.
Well, I think our video is really, really long this time, so we're going to get to our,
Our
quotes,
quotes.
And then
now.
we're going to leave.
Yeah.
Here,
So,
you want me to do my first?
yeah, go ahead.
It's in your book, because somehow I forgot my book.
You're kind of upset.
Golly, I thought
today,
this
huh?
one was going to be our shortest. We're almost 9 minutes,
Okay,
guys.
what page were you on?
I think you're okay. 209. Okay.
Okay, my favorite quote was, so I hope that's not true what you said, because to be on the road with the last God would be a terrible thing. So I hope it's not true. And this is a little boy talking to that old man about, the old man is the one that said, you mentioned about the, someone said there was no God. And the old man, that was the old man that mentioned
But
it.
it was the father who said, what if the boy standing before you is the last God?
I know, but
So it was the old man saying, I think wasn't the. That's why this thing needs quotes.
yeah, that's.
Oh, we didn't get to that. We were supposed to talk about McCarthy's writing style. Okay, he uses very little he said, she said in conversations. This book
And no
doesn't-
quotation marks, and it drives me crazy.
Yeah, no
It gets
quotation
confusing.
marks. This book doesn't have any chapters, and there are many little paragraphs, and he also uses ... to go from one time to another. He's very jumpy with his writing. I know this sounds robotic, but I typed it. Okay, there's they're one place and then they're somewhere else rather quickly. It just jumpy.
Like
So.
the time that it takes for them to get like, he says, oh, we have 3 miles, and then the next page they're there. Okay, it takes me a while to get 3 miles now. I don't know about this man.
Okay, so my 2 favorite quotes are, "We're on the road." I thought it was good because it's called The Road, they're on the road. I thought it was good. Okay, and then, "If trouble comes when you least expect it, then maybe the thing to do is to always expect it." That's good. You've got to always be prepared. Always keep one eye open when you're sleeping. There you go.
You keep one eye
Joke.
open.
I thought I
No.
had something earlier and I kind of forgot what it was. I told Victoria it and I completely forgot. But then I found something else, that the father is talking to the kid. They're talking about how far away from the coast they are, and he's like, and he says, "As the crow flies."
Straight line.
She had a really good thing
In a
about
straight
this.
line. I may be the only one that thinks this, and this is probably because I've seen several of the crow movies, and I don't know if anyone else thinks this, but usually alongside ravens, crows are thought to be an image of death. And I'm sure that the father could have used any other kind of bird, but he chose the crow, and it's kind of strange. It kind of seems a little bit foreboding. Not saying anything else about that. But, and then there's the second one, that the father asked, "What happened to your flute?" And this is talking about a flute that the father had carved for the boy earlier. And the boy says, "I threw it away." I'm honestly not sure what to think of that. I just thought that was weird, that the little boy would throw something away. And it was, like, the flute was like the one thing that could bring happiness to the boy, and yet he just throws it away. I don't know if this is a sign of the distancing between the father and son, but I just thought that that was a little bit weird, considering that it was something handmade from the father.
Okay, so my quote is more like a little section. It's when they had first arrived at the beach.
You and your
And-
sections.
Just keep going, guys. I think
It's
we're
like-
at 10 minutes. I think we're
Probably.
past 10 minutes.
Okay,
It's
come
like-
on, Miss.
Yeah, we need
Okay,
to.
so I'm just gonna skip to the part where I'm just gonna cut some of it out and say, "Can I go swimming?" "Swimming? Yes. You'll freeze your tuchus off. I know, it'll be really cold. Worse than you think. That's okay. I don't want to have to come in and after you. You don't think I should go? You can go. But you don't think I should? No, I think you should. Really? Yes, really. Okay." And it shows that the father doesn't really, argue against his kid. He says something, no, but the boy's like, "So you don't want me to?" "No, yes, you can." He's contradictory on himself, but it's also kind of a happy moment during this time of ruckus. No,
Yeah.
not ruckus. Bad stuff. Oh, well.
Ruckus rhymes with cookies.
Tuchus.
Okay.
Anyway.
Tuchus.
Okay.
Okay, 5 minutes more. That was really long. Sorry.
Wow.